to Viddy about DC Beyond the Monuments. We're starting off our day here at the Politics and Prose bookstore. It is one of my favorite bookstores in DC. I love how every single room feels like its own curated little experience with beautiful fun wall coverings and just different titles, and they even have a cafe in the back. From there, right down the street by car, you will head to this beautiful cathedral, the Washington Cathedral. It's so beautiful with all the flowers all around, as well as having the Gothic architecture style that you might even find in Europe. So if you close your eyes, squint, or maybe just, imagine in your head, you can be right there in the other continent. Look at that. You think you were in Paris. Yeah, take it all in. We also recommend in DC that you stop by and go to this beautiful place in the West End, Bluestone Lane. It is a small little chain, but in my experience, this is the best location I have ever been in. The food, the smoothies that I get, this peanut butter smoothie is incredible. Oh my goodness. We come here every time we're here, and this is just footage from the various times, and oh my god, it's just incredible. And their food is also so good. It's like an Australian vibe. Love it, love it. Another lovely place that we went during our visits in DC over the years are these free Lincoln memorial sites. This historic site is actually the place where Lincoln unfortunately passed away. You get to stand in the room where it happened. And honestly, the absolute chills I got just standing there thinking about it was kind of incredible, but also very sad and also very meaningful. Let it sit with you and feel that grief as well, because even though it's years later, the history really shows that you can feel it right here in the present. It was also very informative, and again, the best part, it was free. We weren't able to go to the theater where it actually happened, the assassination. We're gonna have to do that another time just because it was closed the first time that we tried. But on your way out, you can also see this beautiful stack of books. It's really incredible. They're all Lincoln books. Another museum I frequent over the years a lot, especially with my friends, we love to go, is the National Museum of Women in the Arts. When we were here this time, there was an event, so usually don't see those tables, but there's always chandeliers, and we always pay homage to this Frida Kahlo painting. We love her. But all the paintings here are made for women by women, and honestly, it's just so incredible to see all the different styles and all the different artworks. You can't label this museum as one thing or one art style, and that was my favorite part, was just really looking in and admiring all the different brushstrokes and all the different ways that women can use different mediums to express what they see, feel, do in life, everything. So really, really love this place and really recommend. Look at my favorite one so far. It's incredible. A little one hanging on the ledge. Seeing Ruth Orkin's gallery was even the coolest part for me. Her photograph I just learned about, and it might look like it's a bunch of peeping toms at her, but in reality this woman was owning the photograph and loved the moment and was excited to flaneur around the city, just like we are doing now. We are flaneuring now on over to the National Gallery. I took some of this footage in prior years. We really recommend coming here. The National Gallery is part of the Smithsonian Art Museum, and you can just look at all the different phases of history, including the US presidents. They have their own section, and it's just so fascinating to see the different people represented that made our country the country that it is today. So be sure to stop by here as well and give it at least 2 hours to see everything that you can. This next spot, we wish we could recommend more than we do. The food was phenomenal, actually. The interior was very fun, but you're paying such a big price to pretty much leave hungry. We loved it for what it is. We think that you should just come and maybe get a bite to eat and then go to actual dinner somewhere else, just because the food portions were just so small. Instead, we actually ended up filling ourselves from the streets of New York at Shaw's for $10 later. So always can do that. That's DC for you. You can get fancy, you can get non-fancy, and they're both good, but just watch your wallet. You can also do the Monument Walk if you can. We didn't have time every time we went to DC, but we were lucky enough to, when we came back, see the actual Ford's Theater where Lincoln was unfortunately shot. There was a lot of different galleries there that had a lot of different materials that had to do with the night, and it was really informative. We really enjoyed the experience, and again, it was a very meaningful moment for us. We loved learning even more than we knew about Lincoln and that night, and all the national park folks were really great and really informative about everything. So it was just so meaningful. I don't know what else to say exactly except for that you should come here and check it out for yourself. The part that really got me was that on the way to the theater, to the room of it, they have a timeline of all the events that led up the 24 hours before it. It was just so heartbreaking as you're walking to realize just everything that was going on that day and how what happened didn't feel like it had to happen, just if any of these things would have been different. And that all leads you up into the room, and there's just this hush that immediately falls over you, especially when you sit down and look over to where he was sitting. Man, it's just such a tough experience. Like, I was tearing up the whole time. So, but again, really recommend, especially if you're a history buff or just, a proud American who's proud of the history of your country. So please be sure to stop by. It's completely free and really incredible.
Vice President Andrew Johnson, which Johnson did not get attacked that evening. A man named George Azra, one tasked with going after the vice president, would enter the hotel that Johnson was staying, go directly to the bar, and then he was in the theater until 8:30 p.m. on April 14th. The play was Our American Cousin, considered a comedy, pretty much about English and American relatives. To a couple of witness accounts from April of 1865, which are the most accurate representation of what we know happened that day, until he heard the gunshot. So from all these different witness accounts, we have confusion, fear, and this theater will erupt into chaos.
Not a far walk from here is a really delicious lunch spot. It's a ramen place called the Kaya. If you can wait and start eating more at 5 p.m. for dinner, we also recommend checking out their upstairs area that has even more Japanese tapas. But the ramen here, if you're a ramen person, is fantastic, delicious, rivals the different places of ramen we have in New York. We loved it so much. It was just so flavorful. I love eggs. Look at that. Perfectly cooked. The fun part about this restaurant is it's right next to Chinatown. I love seeing different cities' Chinatowns. They're all so different, but it's also kind of similar. So it's kind of this nice nostalgic feeling walking around and seeing the beautiful gates. I just love walking through them, and I love them for a photo opportunity. So be sure to stop by. Another spot that we recommend in DC is the beautiful neighborhood of Capitol Hill. I love the Capitol Hill neighborhood in Seattle, so maybe there's something I have with Capitol Hill neighborhoods, but this one, especially in the spring, was just so inviting, so airy, so sunny, so pretty, and it has so many bookshops, which is always a favorite. We're heading to the East City bookshop first. So cute. Oh, I love every single neighborhood. There's all these things. But
they do have cute red.
Everything's so cute. Oh, Celine. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love Washington.
They're meant to be perseverance. And if you do social media on Instagram. Thank you.
We spotted yet another bookstore, Capitol Hill Books, so popped in there. I love me a good used creaky bookstore vibe with everyone stumbling over each other to read the little titles on the books with their necks craning. It's just my type of place, especially when there's an upstairs that you can get lost in the stacks in. Love that.
Well, I can try to explain. I'm gonna do all the things that you want me to do.
Here at Eastern Market. So excited. This is awesome. Look at this. This is so cool. This is awesome. Yeah, it is like Cleveland. I live here, guys. Come here every freaking weekend. Get all this kind of so beautiful. This market felt like such a local gem and made me feel like a little local for a day. So definitely recommend this stop as well, last but not least, right? So thank you again for watching our video on DC. We hope to make another one with different stops in the future. And thank you so much for watching.